Professor Wesley, what did you make of that speech from a former Defence Minister at another university, not yours? This was at the Adelaide University, where Christopher Pyne received an honorary doctorate, and he warned of war within 5 or so years with China. Not the most uplifting of speeches to a group of uni students, but is that language helpful? What did you make of it from the former Defence Minister?
Yeah, look, I thought the language was relatively nuanced, but I think what Mr. Pyne was saying is what troubles a lot of people these days. That there is an increase in tensions in the region. That the United States and China are increasingly antagonistic towards each other. That China's actions towards Taiwan, its actions in the South China Sea, are increasingly seen as assertive and aggressive. I notice that only yesterday the Philippines hauled in the Chinese ambassador in Manila to protest the ongoing occupation of disputed reefs in the South China Sea and to demand that China withdraw the ships that were around those. These are all very worrying trends. I would also say that the offsetting diplomacy and diplomatic mechanisms haven't been under construction. There are no mechanisms that the United States and China can easily use to try and de-escalate tensions. The hotline, as I understand it, that was established between Beijing and Washington is not well used. It's not something that China particularly will respond to when needed. So all of the signs of possible escalation are there, and none of the mechanisms for quick and easy de-escalation have been constructed. So it is a worrying situation.
And it's worrying, and I guess there's a lot of hope in there, the situation as well, as opposed to the planning that might otherwise be the case, because of the opaque nature of the Chinese Communist Party. We just don't know where, I guess, the other power circles are within that party, and whether or not Xi Jinping is really serious about acting on Taiwan within these next 5 years.
That's right. I mean, I think China is keeping things deliberately opaque. I think that is now an established mechanism in Chinese statecraft to make a number of moves, but not articulate a particular strategy to go with those moves, to keep others guessing, to keep others, off balance. In the last few hours, in the last few days, for example, the Chinese government has been saying that it has the capability to quote unquote isolate Taiwan from forces that may be sent to help defend Taiwan. I think there is one pure rationale for that sort of rhetorical strategy, and that is to increase doubt, increase fear, and increase uncertainty in Taiwan about what China's intentions might be.
Professor Wesley, I appreciate your analysis as always. Thanks.
Thanks, Kieran.